Hey guys, John from the John Muir Show here, and the latest Democrat to announce that they are going to be seeking the party's 2020 presidential nomination is New Jersey Senator Cory Booker. Now, Mr. Booker has done quite a bit throughout his life. He was the former mayor of Newark, New Jersey. He serves on the high-profile Senate Judiciary Committee. But yeah, those aren't the only things that Senator Booker is known for. You see, Senator Booker's also becoming known for consistently making huge errors when he is speaking with the cameras rolling. Think back to this past summer when you had Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation hearings to the Supreme Court getting underway. And of course, you had none other than Senator Booker saying that he was going to have his Spartacus moment when he was going to reveal sensitive information that could really derail Kavanaugh's bid to get on the Supreme Court, only to find out shortly thereafter that, hours before Booker made his whole I am Spartacus claim, that the sensitive information he was talking about, that had already been made public. So he looked like a complete fool for not having understood that. But it wasn't the only time that would happen. See, then fast forward to just this week, where you actually have the hearings going on before the committee to determine who is going to replace Brett Kavanaugh on the court in Washington, D.C., below the Supreme Court. And then you've got Cory Booker once again speaking with this nominee, Naomi Rao is her name. And what is it that Mr. Booker does? Well, he starts by asking her the question, let's make sure we get this right, have you ever had any LGBTQ law clerks? I mean, because that has so much to do with what we're talking about. It, of course, has nothing to do with the matter at hand. It doesn't matter whatsoever if the individual has ever employed any gay or lesbian law clerks, if they've not employed any gay or lesbian law clerks. It has nothing to do with this individual, Naomi Rao's, ability to serve on this court in Washington, D.C., but Cory Booker doesn't care about that, and he decides to ask anyway. And then in addition to it being completely irrelevant, you have Ms. Rao pointing out what a stupid question is, responding by saying, Senator, I've yet to be a judge. I don't have law clerks. Yeah, way to go, Senator Booker. Way to go, Spartacus. Yeah, you're really doing a great job of staying informed on the things you're supposed to be informed on to earn your six-figure salary on Capitol Hill. It's just so stupid, the stuff this guy says. But the conversation didn't end there. See, even though Cory Booker was embarrassed by Ms. Rao for asking such a stupid question, nope, he responds right away and says, oh, okay, well, have you ever had anybody who's LGBTQ that's ever worked for you? Yeah, now I'm asking a good question. And Ms. Rao responded by saying, quote, to be honest, I don't know the sexual orientation of my staff, going on to say that she takes people as they come and she treats them as individuals, as all of us should. We should be treating people as individuals. We shouldn't be lumping it all together and saying, oh, I'm only going to give you a job because you're white or you're black or you're straight or you're gay. No, just take the most qualified applicants, regardless of what they look like, regardless of their sexual orientation. This isn't that difficult, but apparently it's too much for Senator Spartacus to understand, because he went on then to say, okay, well, you know what? I'm not getting the answers I want here. So he goes on to say, do you believe that gay relationships are immoral? Yeah, and then you have Ms. Rao again responding appropriately by saying, I don't get the relevance of what you're asking, because of course it was not at all relevant to what we're talking about here. We're trying to see what is Ms. Rao's judicial philosophy, what is Ms. Rao's professional history. Those are the things that matter to see, is she fit to serve on this court in Washington, D.C. or not? If she's ever employed anyone who's gay or however she personally feels about gay relations has nothing to do with it. And again, Ms. Rao goes on to say, look, regardless of what I did feel, it doesn't matter, because I understand that my job as a judge is not to be ruling based on my personal feelings. My job as a judge is to be upholding the Constitution. I'm just supposed to ensure that the law prevails here. I mean, she's giving all the right answers, and you can tell how ticked off Senator Booker's getting about this, because what he is trying to do is just trying to completely shift the focus onto something totally irrelevant for the matter, just so he can try and invoke tribal politics, as he does on a regular basis. He's one of the liberals that goes back to identity politics more than anyone else, and it's incredibly shameful, because there's no room for identity politics, for tribal politics in our society or at our nomination here hearings for judges and justices. But over and over again, Cory Booker doesn't. Heck, he did the same thing at the Secretary of State Mike Pompeo's confirmation hearings to get that position last spring. He went out asking Mike Pompeo, do you believe that homosexuality is a perversion? Who cares? Just like homosexuality has nothing to do with being a judge or a justice, homosexuality has nothing to do with being the Secretary of State either. But every single time Cory Booker comes back to this, and he just sounds like a fool for bringing up irrelevant matters like this at the most inappropriate time. Look, Cory Booker, again, he's running for president now, and I hope the people of the United States rebuke Senator Booker, Senator Spartacus, whatever you want to call him, and tell him, no, we are not going to reward your behavior by giving you a promotion to the nation's highest office. Because the words that you're hearing from Cory Booker in the early stages of his campaign are showing, I'm here to bring all Americans together. But of course, actions speak louder than words, and the actions that we have seen from Senator Booker show that he is here to do nothing more than divide people into warring groups. That's all the time that we have for today, but tune into the John Muir Show each and every weekday, 8:40 a.m. on WTAQ, 9 a.m. on WSAU and WHBL. Till next time, I'm out.